Devin Booker just put on a clinic versus the Brooklyn Nets. And in this video, you and I are going to be watching to see how he was able to piece up this defense with such precision. With that being said, let's dive in. First possession here. Devin Booker gets to the low post. We're going to see what he does here because this is one of the simplest moves you can add to your game. One of the easiest shots you can add to your game. But of course, it's not flashy. It's not glamorous. It's not a three. So nobody does it. But here, look. He's in the post. He's on an island. Defender, that is. He's on an island. His teammates have no idea what's going on. Back to the ball. No man's land. Looking off into space. They have no clue. So Devin Booker's on an island here. And what's he going to do? Well, he's going to do a simple pound, dribble, step back. Just enough separation with that high release point. You're going to get that off every single time. And it's one of the easiest shots in the game. Easier than a layup. Now here, defender is playing very lackadaisically. He doesn't really know what's going on. I don't even know who this is. I don't think Brooklyn Nets fans know who this is. But in any case, he's playing very haphazardly. He doesn't really know what's happening. Devin Booker understands this. So whenever he goes to the post here, he knows that his defender is expecting Devin Booker to get this ball in the post, to get this ball in the block, and then back him down into some sort of move. Kind of like what happened on that last possession, right? One dribble step back. Or back him down, fade over his right elbow or his right shoulder. That's what he's expecting. Or maybe a push dribble into the middle. If the middle opens up, then you get a fadeaway jumper. Or, of course, you have pivot moves. You have pivot footwork that you can express. But he's expecting some sort of post work. Devin Booker knows this, however, and so what does he do? Grab it, go. Right to the baseline, and then push him into the middle. As in, don't let him get back and defend you. Hop step into the middle, shield the defender away. You get a wide open layup. Now this possession. Gets on the outside, screen, good kick, and Tyus Jones bangs out a three. Simple, efficient play, nothing really to say about that. You just got to make the read. Now here, let's see if Devin Booker's going to play some defense. Okay, that's just a terrible lob. Go figure, it's the Nets. And then what, transition three? We'll never know. Okay, fantastic. It's just a wide open three, but he passes up to KD. No problem with that. Extra man, extra pass. Got to make the read. He does it perfectly. Now here, slow, controlled, pocket pass to Plumlee. Ooh, and the two-hand slam. Simple and efficient plays. This is what basketball is made of. How do you brick that layup? Oh, my word. The Nets are truly awful. Wide open three-pointer. This was his bread and butter at Kentucky. This was his bread and butter in the Olympics. It's still his bread and butter in the NBA, even though he has to handle the ball a little bit more. He loves a corner three. And then there, great way to look off the defender. See how he comes off of this. Very controlled. He's not in a rush. He's going to come off this. And he has a jumper right here, right? Like, he has a jumper right here. Even with this defender collapsing, he has a jumper. Because if he slows down his tempo a little bit, shields the defender off, puts him in jail here, this defender on his left hip, he's going to get a jumper. Because eventually he's going to have to either entirely collapse, in that case he's going to kick anyways, or he's going to have to get back out because of the kick. And then he's going to get that same jumper right here. But of course, he doesn't decide to do that because he's smarter than me, and he makes the even better read, which is to keep going, keep his eyes towards the rim, and then kick at the last second. So that KD gets a wide open shot, no contest possible. Let's see where he's at here. Push, 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 attack, attack. That's great. Once you catch the ball as a shooter, you either need to shoot or you need to attack immediately. No hesitation. You need to know what it is. Make the read instantaneously. Use your instinct. That's just a jumper right there. And you can see why it's a jumper. Slow, controlled. Defender's on his left hip. Defender is behind him. Looks like he's parallel, but really he's behind him. This big has to commit down low. And he's just reading the big. He's reading the big here. And then gets into a space. Little bump. The defender's already in a bad position. Now with that bump, he's in an even worse position. Little bit of separation to the middle. Not enough to make these other defenders put themselves in play, but just enough separation and then rise up. Even with a contest, it's a wide open shot. In all practice, it's a wide open shot. And again there, he doesn't immediately go, but he knows what he's doing. Jab and then go. He didn't jab and then hold the ball and then dribble around, and then no, he went. And this is just a great jumper right there. Oh, Claxton getting up though. Oh, my word. But now we have to look at this play because this is another great example of how to use the mid-range and how to use this short mid-range area. Troy Bolton got clowned in High School Musical for practicing all those really short jump shots. Well, maybe he was onto something because that's one of the easiest shots to make and take if you practice them. It can become your bread and butter. It can make you unstoppable. Now here, push cross, get to the middle. Right here, he's kind of got his defender beat because his defender is backing up. He's not really playing great defense. Yeah, he's still in the play, but he's got his defender beat. Kind of the problem is he doesn't have him beat enough to beat the big as well. He doesn't have him beat enough to make the big have to commit to the point where he's going to be able to find a pass to the dunker spot. So what does he do? He just decelerates and rises up. Defender's going too fast, overcommitting, decelerates it, and rises up. That's just a great finish. Seal, and that's just a great left-hand finish. Work on your touch. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Work on your touch. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to do that. Work on your touch. That's just running the floor. Brooklyn Nets, this is an AAU game to them. Yeah, they're up 12, but it's more like 25,000. Okay, and you can't just let him be on an island for 8 seconds. If you have 8 seconds as Devin Booker, you're going to get that shot off all the time. You're super comfortable. Don't let this man get super comfortable. He's super comfortable right now. That's an easy read. You're not pressuring him at all. He can go at 30% pace around these pick and rolls. That's not going to suffice. And then, of course, these are the dagger shots that just end games right here. KD, he knows how to make these. Defenders backpedaling. And right here, he's stepping into this three, but because he's got that load step, he's going to be able to hezzy, go between the legs, hezzy, wrap, hezzy, crossover here if he needs to. If this defender keeps floating this way and this big bites, he'll be able to hezzy and then make a change of direction move and slice right through the defense as this C parts open. But instead, he just takes the transition three. Yes, there's a contest, but it doesn't matter when you're a great shooter. That transition three is such an easy shot no matter who's in front of you, I promise. And if you're a good shooter, you know that it doesn't matter. Oh, look at this effort here, though. Look at this effort here. That's just an effort play. Put in effort every single play. That's all I can say. And again, that same transition three. I don't know what it is about the push cross, too. He's in the right hand going to the left. Right hand push cross to the left, hezzy pull, is one of the easiest and most aesthetic shots you can possibly take in the game of basketball. I don't know what it is. I think it's for right-handed players only. But God, is it sweet. And look at the crispness of this finish here. Fantastic. And here, easy cross. Near travel, almost shuffled the feet, but he was able to keep it under control and have that high arcing bank. Fundamental, easy. Gets to the middle of the floor, right where there's no defender, and slices through. Don't care about the Lana Rhodes thing with LaMelo Ball, whatever that is. But yes, you can see that Devin Booker, super efficient, picks his spots. One of the best things he does is fills open space in the floor, as you saw in this last possession, right? He fills open space. He fills this open space in the floor, back to the ball. Not looking, kind of looking, trying to get back. Poor communication because they have no chemistry and because they don't have a lot of talent for NBA standards. He fills this open space in the floor, and since they're all rotating this way, the C parts, just like I said on that possession 3 plays ago. When the C parts, you have to see where the players are going to be, not where they are. Because your move is not going to be effective based on where they are now. It's going to be effective based on where they're going to be. Just like on that hezzy pull-up. Let's go one more time to this hezzy pull-up here. Let's even see this one. Like if he were to do a hezzy here, it wouldn't work because defenders aren't moving. He's stationary. He's help. There's clumping over here. There's nobody to pass to. If he were to do a hezzy, it wouldn't work. It'd be too congested. He'd have to reset. But if he were to do the hezzy on this play, like we discussed previously, because everybody's rotating. See, he's rotating over to the right. He's going to keep shuffling. And the help isn't going to get there quick enough. He could probably pull it off. But even still, the best move was just to shoot it because there was no movement going on his own team and because the floor was relatively cramped and it was going to be quite a gamble to assume that the floor was going to get a lot more open, especially when you have such a good shot at your disposal. But Devin Booker really makes it look easy. He fills open space on the floor. He takes shots in motion, with a fluid motion, in rhythm. He gets into the flow of the game. Simple moves like the push cross. Simple moves like the crossover. Not even the AI cross, but just the crossover. Like this. That's just a crossover. Not even an AI crossover, really, because the width isn't there. Because he didn't really even sell it like an AI crossover. He didn't hang it out super wide, as per typical. But he does it simply. He does it efficiently. He gets to his spots. He doesn't overcomplicate things. And he scores at will. If you want to be a better basketball player, study Devin Booker because he's putting up 30 pieces every night and he's doing it without breaking a sweat. With that, I say if you gain value, subscribe to the page, and I will see you in the next one. Much love, peace. This is the new Da Vinci. Have a blessed day.